Hello and welcome to the first episode of Talk Didiman, NBC TV's only agricultural program that will cover all aspects of agriculture and livestock activities around the country. Since agriculture has a huge potential in boosting PNG's economy, this program will help share stories on how agriculture will be a way forward for us Papua New Guineans from subsistence to commercial farming, providing job opportunities and export revenues. According to PricewaterhouseCoopers website, the agricultural sector accounts for approximately a quarter of Papua New Guinea's GDP, and it still remains the principal economic activity that provides livelihood for 85% of the rural population, who rely directly on subsistence farming for their basic needs. Well, kicking off our program for tonight, this is a statement from Minister for Agriculture and Livestock, John Simon, on funding for the agriculture sector in the country.
We need assistance under state equity funding. We need assistance under PIP funding. Where will I get it from? I don't have money here. I don't hold money. And the only thing I tell them is thank you. The Prime Minister is giving me a very good M16, knowing very well that I'm a fighter and I can fight and I can kill. But I think there's a mistake somewhere. They never gave me the bullets. So I'm sitting here, I can shoot, there's no bullets. So probably it's by mistake or they overlooked it. If they want me to run the department, provide the funding, support me with funding. I'm not here for convenience. I'm serious. I want to run this department. I want to run the agriculture sector. I want to make things happen. I want to see it happen. But I got no funding. How can I do it? There is no funding that is packed and said that's for DAL. That comes under this department. Then I can run with it. Look, I'm here to make things happen. But like I said, gun nothing, no catres. So that's simply it is. But however, I'm willing, ready to work with the other sectors as well. But we need funding. So that's the reason why I am taking a submission to cabinet. I know there is no money, but I am asking the government for about 500 million kina. And that is if we are serious. 500 million kina is not a lot of money. I want to run this sector. I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit here. I want to go and visit the farmers. I want to go and talk to them. If they need help, we want to help them. I want to make sure we help them. I don't want to sit here. This ministry is not about sitting in office. And when I came into this department, when I first walked in, I told most of my ministry staffs here and the DAL, I said, you need to have two sets of uniform. Two sets of uniform. One for the office and one for the field. There's people out there, they need us to go and talk to them. We need to go and visit them. We need to go and help them. They're real farmers in the village. There are real people there that need assistance. In Mosby, you find all the paper farmers bringing the papers and proposals and profiles, and they do all these things and they come to Mosby. So my advice to a lot of those people is, please, do not bring your submissions to my office in Mosby. You keep it in your province and district and make arrangements, and I'll come and visit your farm. Or I'll come and visit the actual place and I'll see it for myself. Even if it means travel by road for 10 hours, I've done that. I've traveled to Milaramu. Even if it means there is no road to come back, I'll come and sleep there. Just to make sure that you have a genuine project, I will travel to your place. Then I have all the reasons why I should support your project, because you have a genuine project and not a paper project. And not a Waigani corridor project. This is like I am not losing. No one campaign me too. And to the rest of Papua New Guineans, my office is a no appointment policy. You are free to come. As long as I'm free, I will see anyone. As long as I'm free, I will see you and talk to you. You don't need to make an appointment, because I keep on saying this. I represent the 85%. Me minister below 85% below Papua New Guinea. All man Mary place and me representing me. Me minister below.
Apart from able people, people living with disabilities are also involved in farming activities around the country. They're using their abilities to sustain their livelihood. Some are engaged in commercial farming, while some are in small-scale farming. In this next story, we'll travel to Gaire village along the Magi Highway in the Central Province to meet a person living with disability, or PLWD, who is involved in his small-scale farming for his family's livelihood. I've heard about Trevor Sereva, a PLWD who supports agriculture in small ways he can, and so I dropped by at his village home to find out more.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Namo.
As I arrived, I was interested to know about his story, how he ends up on his wheelchair. He says he was born a normal person until in 1996 when a fatal accident happened.
Me work clearing branch block coconuts, katim na. And power line branch go touch low power line na mikla electrocuted and then me pulled out. So me spinal cord blow me bagarat, so me in the wheelchair now.
After court settlements, PNG Power Limited compensated Trevor, and he used the money to start up his small business called Wheels Trading. While running his trade store, Trevor also does other things to sustain his family lives in the village. Going into gardening is one of those activities. Due to his disability, he cannot cultivate the land, but he organizes and coordinates gardening activities for his family. Their gardening was for their own consumption until in 2016, when they started planting hybrid watermelons to sell in the markets. Until this year, like other small-scale local farmers, Trevor and his family also felt a pinch of COVID-19 impact on their watermelon sales.
January me planning, March me 3 months. Me harvesting good na same time COVID come inside. COVID come inside and me had lo Karem Golo market. So me machine lo here. Start na Salem sampler low roadside. Give me sampler low 1 o'clock here. Families sharing sampler. And then me plan on making many sales, any good plus sales.
Their second harvest for 2020 again was affected by a sudden change in weather pattern.
Now this period now, people can't buy the product in sampler. So last 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, there was rain, flood been come up little almost with two just recently. This is like Bagarap in Boramelon. So flood in Bagarap and Mangira season. So they are looking forward to putting another one. They have a packet there.
I had the opportunity to visit their new site that is partially cleared for another watermelon garden.
Cutting lock now and one plan. We planning al pumu na one insect. And one sana. Then come and bagarak.
So one of them rice
Right.
dry season.
For years, Trevor has been enjoying his simple life with his family doing what they can do to survive. The recent wave of COVID-19 has seen them consuming all his trade store goods, and that has crippled them financially. Now his main challenge to continue his little gardening activities is finance.
Side blow man like cutting, make him garden work. Yeah, he got financed by talk to a low side blow, plowing low tractor. No garden by manpower by go. These are sample some of the challenges. As for me on the wheelchair, me no sabe go planning, walking walk, and me sabe organizing, coordinating all Maggie blow me. Some of my sons, my children. Sometimes my other nieces and nephews come and help.
After sharing his challenge, Trevor calls on the government to at least chip in and help arrange a market system for people living with disabilities to sell their garden produce.
There should be some form of people had logo on hotels or this like kind or some where last time me arranged me go now I'm only no need more. There's some sort of hard time me practicing law can blow up. So government should make him easy law me especially people with disability meeting if we can talk to hotels or other institutions or by hurry-up law kisim this la one misalem loen lo by paim tasolna supporting me plows in this way.
Trevor advised his fellow PLWDs to continue living. He says because of the physical disabilities, there is limitations, but he encouraged them to look at their abilities and do what they can do to survive.
So this disability is with us already. So immunonephrosis. So what in front of Tintin Blomi, you must use him one him something stop lo you me hand stop make him something lo hand. Na some disabled too or make him this la kind work na me like encourage him all on. Or by continue lo sample the limitations of disabilities different. Some only can go fishing. They have a small disability with them. So hearing or hearing impaired or speech impaired, they're disabled people, but they can still do other things at a different level. People sample lo wheelchair hard lo by making sample big flower walk. Really walk that's all people can make him. That's all. Those ones that are very severe disability, those we cannot force them to do things because they're already mentally retarded or that sort of thing, they're slow. But the ones that can be able to do something, me encourage them also, only can look ability blow also what they can do, not walking. No can rely on family or no can think you disabled, now you buy stuff, nothing, not that's all, or look that's all. No, we have that. We can also contribute to the community, to the family, community and the nation as a whole.
And that was Trevor Sereva. Despite his physical disability, he is using his abilities, that includes coordination and managerial skills, to support his family's gardening activities.